India's defense diplomacy has entered a new phase. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto have unveiled a sweeping strategic partnership with defense taking center stage. The biggest announcement, Indonesia will procure India's BrahMos supersonic cruise missile system, second nation after the Philippines to acquire the weapon. The agreement is expected to include two BrahMos batteries as well, complete with launchers, missiles, and guidance systems, significantly enhancing Indonesia's coastal defense capabilities. But BrahMos wasn't the only breakthrough. Indonesia has also agreed to import India's indigenous Astra beyond visual range air to air missile. Developed by DRDO, the Astra missile can engage enemy aircraft beyond visual range, travels at the speed of up to Mach 4.5 and has a strike range exceeding 100 kilometers, and is equipped with an advanced indigenous RF seeker designed to resist electronic warfare and jamming. The missile is already integrated with the Indian Air Force's Su-30 MKI and Tejas fighter aircraft and is expected to arm Rafale, MiG-29 and Tejas Mk-1A fleets in the future as well. The export marks a major international endorsement for India's indigenous missile program. The Jakarta visit is the first leg of the Prime Minister's three-nation tour, which also will take him to Australia and New Zealand as well. From missiles and maritime security to critical minerals and advanced manufacturing, the India-Indonesia partnership is rapidly evolving into one of the region's most important strategic relationships in the recent times. And with BrahMos and Astra now entering the Southeast Asia, India's ambition to become a leading global defense exporter has just received another significant boost. And to talk more on this, I'm being joined by Group Captain V.N. Shah, is the retired senior scientist and former joint director of DRDO. So, welcome on the show. Mr. Jha, my first question to you is that it's definitely one of the biggest export deals that India has grabbed, and it's a breakthrough, especially in the Southeast Asia. Do you think that this validates, and more than validating, it gives a huge boost to India's Atmanirbhar defense push as well?
Yes, of course, what India is designing or developing, we call it design and development of various types of weapons, is for our own Atmanirbharta, that is for the self-reliance that we have been attempting to for a long time. Earlier, the push for the self-reliance was not there, but in last about 8-10 years, push is for the self-reliance, be it the bigger platform like aircraft, fighter aircraft, transport aircraft, or maybe aircraft carrier in the for the navy, or even for the army. They are the tanks. They are the various other types of weapon platform that have been indigenously designed and developed, and which is already in the uses. And there comes the uses of, or the validity of the various other types of ammunitions like BVR missile you mentioned. Astra Mark 1 is already in the service. India is using it. We have Astra Mark 1. We used it in Operation Sindoor very successfully, and Astra Mark 2 is just about to be introduced, which has got the augmentation of the range to about 160 odd kilometers. BVR again, radioactive radio homing for the radar. And Astra 3 also is nearing the completion of design and development, which will have the range of about 350 odd kilometers. So all these developments are happening. So Indonesia choosing very well the Astra platform, where they know that the Astra Mark II is already in the advanced stage of procurement because it has already been tested. Astra Mark III is there. So they can rely onto this. Similarly, BrahMos Mark I, what had gone to Indonesia, they also know that there is a increased augmented range BrahMos to 390 odd kilometers. That is already in the use. There is also a platform being developed for 800 to 900 odd kilometers range of BrahMos. So all these are in the pipelines which is coming up. So when they introduce BrahMos, so they know that they are backup for the advancement in the future as well. So BrahMos as well as Astra both qualify for global introduction, global purchase, global procurement, because these are they are the weapons of today as well as for tomorrow's. And when we are talking of
Right.
Astra fits into the aircraft because it is a BVR air-to-air missile. And when we fit into the aircraft, it has to meet the source code of the aircraft so that in-flight aircraft can continue guiding the Astra once it has been released. So that source code will be with Indonesia. Indian company DRDO will work jointly to
Absolutely.
integrate that Astra missile through the aircraft. So whichever aircraft they want to integrate with, and then it will go there for the complete uses. So I
Group,
welcome, I congratulate Prime Minister's visit, Prime Minister and his team of defense scientists, defense establishment, who have been able to sign the deal, and it will go a very very long way. Indonesia is only the second country in that region to implement it. In the coming days, there will be lot many countries who will be seeking various types of missiles. BrahMos, of course, is the one which has earned the fame. But then, besides BrahMos, there are many others. When people will hear about the Pralay missile, Agni Prime with AMIRV,
right.
Rudram missile, Shaurya, that is the hypersonic missile, Nirbhaya missile, which can destroy any radar, whatsoever make it is there. It is
Okay.
flying at 100 meters above the terrestrial, above the ground level. So when they know all these things, they are, much better time to come for the Indian manufacturers, defense and DRDO as such. And the DRDO gives the technology transfer to the other private players who make this. So in the coming times, you will hear that lot many missiles, lot many weapon for the aircraft platform or the naval platform. Think of supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo, smart,
Okay.
that we have elaborated at your platform.
Group Captain, I
Can destroy.
also I'm sorry, I'm cutting you short, but Group Captain, I also want you to let the viewers know, because Astra missile is going to be, Indonesia is going to be the first country to procure Astra missile, and I think it can be a gateway for India to enter the race of being the arms exporter, not just an importer, a global arms exporter as well. But what makes Astra missile a game changer? There are a lot of features that people are already talking about. It's resistant to electronic jamming, which is very important because of the digital warfare that is and the tech warfare that we have been witnessing since post the lockdown phase. And it also have a buddy launch feature for the viewers to understand why Astra missile is a game changer and how it can change the game, how India deals in the arms business.
In operational flying, when one aircraft is flying, it has got another buddy, another aircraft to follow up. So if one aircraft tracks a target, possible target, even the buddy aircraft can fire this missile, and that is being controlled by the first lead aircraft itself. These are the very special features of tomorrow's war front, tomorrow's air dominance sort of capability of any air force. So you see India buying the first, other than India has itself bought for the Indian Air Force. And in the coming times, that's what I said, many more nations will be vying for this particular Astra missile, because Astra has got a follow-up technology. Astra Mark 1, as you mentioned, it is more than 100 kilometers of the range. Astra Mark 2 will be more than 150 kilometers of the range. 150 kilometers BVR is a hell of a lot. It's a destruction capability of for the enemy. And think of Astra Mark 3, about 300 or 50 odd kilometers. So this has got a long backup chain, and I'm sure Astra 4 also is likely to come, which will have a capability of more than 500 kilometers. So it has got a long follow up, which Indonesia will may opt tomorrow's in many years to come. So this missile will see many nations adopting it there. But remember, it just cannot be fitted to any aircraft, because this is being actively seeking through the radar. The enemy, wherever you lock on, it is seeking the enemy radar or anything which it can pick up. So there is a follow up of the action required. That is why it is linked to an aircraft. It is linked to the aircraft. Its source code of the avionics, that what guides the weapon into the target aircraft. So it's just the beginning. I told you about the air to air you have seen,
Right.
air to ground you will be seeing in the future, and ground to surface, uh, where the India have progressed far ahead of any other country in this region in its capability to strike ground targets anywhere,
Okay.
up to the range of about 8,000 kilometers we have already gained. Now, when Agni 6 comes, Agni
Okay.
6 will have the capability to strike up to the range of about 12,000 kilometers. So that would be phenomenal types of intercontinental continental ballistic missile. These capability you will see in the coming days. But yes, any missile you cannot export to any other country because there are international laws that missiles more than certain range you cannot give to a player who is new in the field, who doesn't have the verification capability for the UN or the other international bodies.
Okay.
So there are problems, but India is a potential exporter of various types of arms and ammunitions, which earlier we had been only buying from the other countries. Now we are going to
That's
be
right. The
exporter to the.
transition from being an importer to an exporter, I think it has just begun. And India and Indonesian ties are also in focus. Thank you so much, Vyenja. I'm running out of time for joining me on the broadcast.